All right, welcome. Today, we're jumping into one of the most exciting and, let's be honest, trickiest challenges in business. How do you actually find what works in these new, super high growth, and often kind of chaotic emerging markets? So yeah, let's dive in. We're gonna break down this really elegant framework called practical analytics.
So this is it, right? This is the big question. It's on the mind of pretty much every entrepreneur, every investor out there. We're all looking for that next big thing, that untapped market that's just ready to pop. But in a world that's just full of noise and data, how do you actually spot it? How do you find that clear signal in all the static?
Well, a lot of the time, the answer is hiding inside what you might call the emerging market puzzle. I mean, these markets, they represent some of the most massive opportunities for growth on the entire planet, but they do not give up their secrets easily. They're a really complex and, frankly, fascinating challenge.
Now, what's so interesting here is the contrast. On the one hand, you've got this incredible, massive growth potential. That's the prize, right? But on the other hand, you're dealing with data that's just all over the place, customers whose habits can change in a heartbeat, and, oh yeah, competitors showing up left and right. It's absolutely a high-risk, high-reward kind of game.
Okay, so how do we solve this puzzle? This right here. This is the key. Practical analytics. Let's really break this down because every single word here matters. It's the application, so doing, not just thinking, of a specific tool to deliver results. And what's the ultimate result we're after? Identifying that one single key trend.
So that brings us to the whole philosophy behind this thing, the power of practicality. The name really says it all. This is not about getting lost in some abstract models or staring at endless spreadsheets. No, it's about taking action.
And this just sums it up perfectly. Forget the complicated theory. The whole point of this practical approach is to create the shortest, most direct line you can possibly draw from the info you're gathering to the decision you have to make. It's a tool for pure momentum.
So where do we even begin? Well, the very first piece of this framework is all about mastering your analytics tool. You just can't get anywhere without the right equipment, and even more important, knowing exactly how to use it.
And you know what? It really is this simple. There are only 2 steps. That's it. First, you learn the tool, like inside and out. Then, you immediately, and I mean immediately, apply it to the problem you're trying to solve. There is no step 3. And that's simplicity. That's its superpower.
But let's be super clear about what learn the tool actually means. This isn't about being vaguely familiar with some software. The goal here is proficiency. It's kind of like the difference between knowing how to drive a car and being a race car driver. You need to know how to push that tool to its absolute limits to get the answers you need.
Okay, so once you've really got a handle on your tool, your focus just completely shifts to the second piece of the puzzle, the outcome. Here, we are talking about focusing on real results. It is all about delivering something you can actually see and touch.
Just think about the difference for a second. Theoretical knowledge is passive, right? It's just knowing something. A delivered result, that's active. That's having achieved something. It's the difference between reading a cookbook and actually serving a meal. And practical analytics, it only cares about the meal.
This quote it just nails it. Analysis for the sake of analysis is such a trap. It is so easy to get lost in the data, just slicing and dicing forever. But that's not the point. The goal is to use analysis as a vehicle to get you somewhere specific, a delivered result.
And all this work, it leads us right here to the ultimate payoff. The whole reason we're even doing any of this. Why master a tool? Why focus so hard on results? It's all to get to this final goal, uncovering the winning trend. This is what you are hunting for. In all the noise, all the chaos of a volatile market, you are searching for this exact picture. That one marketing campaign, that one product feature, that one type of customer that is just massively, wildly outperforming everything else. That giant spike, that's the trend.
It all comes down to this. 1, the entire framework, all the learning, all the applying. It's a disciplined search for that one key insight, that one thing that gives you an almost unfair advantage. And that right there, that is the why behind this whole process. Finding that trend isn't just a nice little data point. It is the actual key that unlocks the whole puzzle. It gives you absolute clarity and tells you exactly where to pour your energy to win. And so, that just leaves us with this one last question, doesn't it? This framework, it's simple, it's powerful, and it's ready for you to use. It gives you that direct path from data to decision, built for the chaos of an emerging market. So, what trend are you going to uncover?